Alright, just keep casting as normal, it'll come.
Oh, so they are. All right, guys, here we go. If you guys didn't hear us before, welcome to season 6, round 2.
Ooh, we start off with Alex Straza on
Oh,
the
your favorite.
side of Knifewing. That's spicy. It's a great, great hero, great healer for Infernal Shrines. There's so much zone clear on the shrine, at 20 Shrine Guardians. Once you hit that 20 mark, you can go ahead, just pop the Dragon Clean and clear the rest of them.
I agree. There is a whole bunch of options that these teams can do to either quickly take the point, fend off the point, just quickly grab the skulls and get out. I'm not sure what kind of... Ooh, so we got Genji and Deckard on the DK crew, and reminding people that they do not have ban options because they are using an unregistered sub.
It's a really unfortunate, extremely harsh penalty, but they're rolling with the punches, coming out with an insane first 2 pickups with the Deckard, who's a super strong hero, recently nerfed, it's still incredible, and then Genji, everybody's least favorite hero to play against.
So I have an inkling this is just a awesome thought that I had, that I know that Mr. Sundown Swoo, a former teammate from my team Abusement Park, which is retired, is an ETC pretty much master player. So I'm thinking that that's him. I think they're going for a straight solo lane team fight, maybe a mosh pit. Chromie ban. So what do we got? Let's see. I'm thinking that they're going to ban maybe... what do you think, Jinxie? Probably a range assassin?
Probably... Okay, a new Barak. Ooh, do we see Cho'Gall? Spicy. No, we don't. Oh. We have 2 warriors. We have 2 warriors, just kidding.
So, Jinxie, on a side note, I did bring out that pick for you last week.
I appreciate it. It was a lot of fun.
Thought about, like, Cho'Gall. Ooh, Jaina. Ooh, very good wave clear. Very good team fight.
Man, this is squaring up to be an HGC draft. We got the Deckard, the Genji. Jaina is great on the shrine. And Dahaka. Dahaka and Estonia. I'm not sure if he wins that lane. He doesn't lose it, though, I don't think. He goes ahead, gets the essence, and the DK crew will have a little bit of advantage on their side, having a 5th player appear instantly, while Sonya will have to rotate out of the solo lane.
I agree. I think the Dahaka is going to be their solo laner, probably versus the Sonya, if I had to guess, unless they pick up another solo laner during these last 2 picks.
Alright, and on the side of Knifewing, it's going to be Phoenix and Kale Foss going with some more Shrine Clear. Their Shrine Clear is actually insane.
And their poke is going to be something to deal with, too. That Genji's going to have a hard time trying to navigate all those auto attacks by Phoenix, bomb by Kale. He's going to have a hard time.
Yeah, we'll have to see how experienced this Genji player is. Definitely, the most skilled Genjis just go ahead, one-shot anyone anyways, because you only need a second and a half now. Blizzard decided to dive in, dive out with the kill. Ooh, and Garrosh is the final tank. I love it. Garrosh, Jaina is so dirty with the throw into that burst damage.
Oh, we're going to see some awesome throws here. And not in a bad way.
Awesome throws in a bad way?
and not in a bad way. Well,
I hope. So bad for Knifewing if they get a pick.
Oh, yes.
Garrosh is one of the most contested heroes in the league right now. Nobody wants to deal with.
And here we go. We are starting the match. So all right. So Jinxie. So who do you think has the better draft? Who do you think wins? All right. So first question: who do you think wins the lane battle?
As far as solo laning, I think Sonya beats Dahaka in the solo lane, but I don't think that Dahaka loses, if that makes sense. Like, he's definitely not going to put pressure on the towers, but I don't think Sonya can chase Dahaka out of lane just because their survivability is roughly the same, in my opinion. Looking at this, Jaina has a lot more burst damage available to her right away, where I feel like Kale Foss, he has to kind of scale into his damage. But his zone clear is insane. I keep saying insane.
is very insane, and I agree with you on that point. I think the Dahaka Sonya is going to be a stalemate, but they're both going to be in their lanes. So, second question: who do you think? Who was your pick? Who do you think had the better draft?
My pick.
Who had the better draft?
I honestly think I have to go with the DK crew here, just in terms of draft alone, just due to the fact that the Knifewing doesn't have an execute on their team. You know, they can do a lot of damage, but there is no character who can go in and just finish off that kill safely and get back. And that's where Genji will really shine on the DK crew,
Hmm.
just due to the fact that, you know, he is so mobile. He's more mobile than Phoenix, than Sonya, than ETC. Definitely more so than Alex Straza. He can just dart in, get his damage off, and then dart out.
Me, I'm gonna pick the Knifewing. Why? Because I see some names on that team, and I see some favorite picks that they have. They have some skills. They have some skillful players on that team, and on the red on the red side, we have Dreadkong on Deckard, Jumpy Pants on Jaina, Solid Oak on Genji, Lanky Kong on Garrosh, and Dad on Dahaka.
And on the blue side, Sundown Swoo is playing ETC for Sparta on Sonya. Hero Spliffix rocking his favorite Kael'thas. Darkstorm is on Phoenix, and Kaimo Tripson is Alex Straza.
So, alright, so both teams head to the mid-fight, except for the two top solo laners, as we guess, the Sonya and the Dahaka.
Alright, now did Dahaka burrow up there, or did he walk? Did we see? I'm assuming burrow.
I think he walked, and they're both side by side in the separate events.
Both hiding in the bush. You can't see me. Oh, there's a ton of damage going out straight onto the Alex Straza. Genji coming in. She's so low. Garrosh comes in. He gets the stun, but he cannot fall or get past that Kael'thas. And the Kaimo Tripson is falling so low. That's going to be really unfortunate for him, looking at his level 1 talent, which was Globes.
I agree. She was a little deep, but I was very surprised that she actually went that far up into the lane, but she made it out safely.
Yeah, Kaimo Tripson is a great player. He's great at kiting around, and the hardest thing for here right now is going to be communication between Sundown and Kaimo Tripson. Oh, and Dahaka just got dunked on up in the top lane, apparently. You know, that's something you love to see for your team as a solo laner, is just, boop, dead.
Yes, indeed. All that is just bonus. Because it's a one lane side. Oh, and we have the throw into the opposite lane, but I think for Spotter's going to get out of there.
Oh, but here comes Dahaka. He's going to have that increased movement speed. Does he get for Sparta running down? He misses the throw, and Dahaka is going to go back to lane. Sonya gets away.
And DK Crew has already started on their first camp, and they are just a little bit behind on Knifewing.
Yeah, we actually do see, however, that DK Crew is clearing out the camp in middle lane while everybody from Knifewing has rotated down bottom. And so that's going to be a little bit of free push for the camp on the side of DK Crew, leaving Garrosh in lane as they run down to soak bottom. I think that's really smart by them, just based on the fact that, oh, they got the bottom camp.
Oh, yes, they did. So they are and there was no one challenging middle, so also, DK Crew is kind of they're catching up on experience a little bit, while Knifewing is just kind of roaming around on the bottom, kind of poking here and there.
We do see the tower falling extremely low, but unfortunately, due to the Jaina damage and the threat of the Genji, Knifewing isn't able to step up to claim that tower. We'll see if they do right here as both teams prepare for our first shrine, which is top lane.
And now, do you think both teams are going to fight for this one, or is one team going to soak, or maybe they're going to fight for this one?
I think that both teams are going to head up there. We are seeing a little bit of rotational lag from Knifewing as they ooh, ETC stays bottom to get the clear. Dahaka is up top. I was under the impression that he might, go to a different lane to soak and then burrow in, but it looks like both teams are sending everyone up to fight. And despite the Knifewing getting there first, everybody's going to arrive at the same time as, like I said, ETC was late to the party, Alex Straza was late to the party, because they were fighting bottom lane.
And I see that the shrine is started. Oh, and Garrosh is getting low. Is he going to make that?
He takes so much damage, and that will be his second blood. First blood was Dahaka on the side of DK Crew.
That was Yep.
Oh, I was just saying, going really ham, I was surprised. Dragon Queen is popped. Oh, but they're so low. Force Fire taking a ton of damage. Genji taking a ton of damage. Lanky Kong also low, but he is Garrosh, so with that 34 armor, not much value is gained on the side of DK Crew. Dreadcon keeping everyone really relatively healthy. He's got about a third of his mana left.
Both sides are relatively back up to health as most of the players go in and tap. And it looks like
a ton of damage, has to pop his Indomitable. ETC going back in. Jaina in a horrible position, and she will fall before Sparta is caught in the cube. Dahaka falls as well, and it looks like the Shrine is going to go over to Knifewing.
She is going to be a primary target in these team fights.
Yeah, definitely. You look at, Dahaka, he has Essence and his Burrow. Genji is super mobile. Garrosh has a ton of armor. Deckard is surprisingly tanky for an old man, but poor Jaina has nothing until she gets her Ice Block.
He is a stubborn old man. He sometimes just refuses to die.
Have you ever heard the Deckard when he comes back and he's like, "Oh, I came back"? Like he was ready to accept death. All right, we see the gate fall here for the side of the DK Crew, and do they lose the whole board? Only Deckard, Jaina, and Garrosh soaking, and there's a premium push jump on by Jaina. The root comes out, but it's not enough, and Jaina will fall again, being punished for being so far forward.
That was an awesome slide by Sundown Swoo. He really knows his ETC, so I'm really surprised that that DK Crew didn't really do some research into these people who have like their high level characters, because I think Sundown is a very experienced ETC player. So I mean, he's very skillful at ETC in general.
Right, you have to give them a little bit of credit. They are new to the community, and at HTC, like ETC hasn't been picked that often.
No, he hasn't.
Kilfoss completing that Mana Addict quest super early. How's Anna or Alexstrasza coming along? 18 globes on her quest, so she should probably have it by the next shrine. And you can just see that Knifewing is dominating the map, painting it blue. There are no camps at all left for DK Crew to take safely.
Alright, and Knifewing is now on their siege camp in the middle. And they've got relatively soak in the middle lane. The bottom is empty, but it looks like they're kind of roaming as 5 a little bit, maybe like a 3 and 2. But I think they really have to be careful of that Garrosh throw, because he's looking for a prime target to throw over that wall, unless they don't get that wall down.
Definitely, they have some time to hopefully make an engage right here. They are level 10, while DK Crew is still about 3/4 of a level away, roughly half now. And on the side of Knifewing, it is going to be Lifebinder for Alexstrasza, Purification Salvo on the Phoenix for Kilfoss, Leap, that's interesting, and then of course Mosh Pit on ETC.
Ah, yes. Those are standard
huge
ones.
Huge wombo for the side of Knifewing.
Oh, very, very, and there's nothing really to stop that mosh pit. I really don't see anything to stop that mosh pit. How about you, Jinxie?
We have Stay a While, we have a Dahaka tongue, and yeah, that's about it, unless, Jaina avoids the mosh pit, and then she can get some high burst, because if your ETC is dead, he can't really mosh.
This is very true, and on the side of DK Crew, we had Stay a While and Listen, yeah, Water Elemental. That's a little surprising pick by me, I guess. Genji still has to pick his, and we have Taunt by Garrosh. And Isolation.
Oh, I had forgotten, honestly, about the ultimate interrupts. We have Taunt, which can stop ETC. Garrosh walks in with his Indomitable. He also could throw ETC. Oh, Garrosh taking so much damage right there. And then Isolation is also a fairly long range Mosh interrupt. So I think, actually, looking at it now, DK Crew has a pretty healthy range of Mosh interrupts.
Oh, yes. Yes, I do see that now, yes. On the Stay a While, that's very one. Yeah, Taunt as well, yes. So who do you think with these... Alright, now both teams have their 10s. Who do you think will get this shrine?
Oh gosh, I think it all depends on the engage of DK Crew here, because they have a phenomenal engage, but Knifewing has the better counter engage, unless they go in straight with Mosh Pit, which I don't necessarily agree is the best idea right here, because, maybe you get the 2 frontliners and then...
I agree on that. Yes, I think that if
Oh, it's too late. I don't think that DK Crew can contest. I think they'd be better to soak. I'm wondering if they're looking to get a fight behind the Punisher, but with 30 gems, there's no point in contesting. Jaina goes in, throws down her. Oh no, gets slid. ETC a little bit out of position. He'll be fine, and the second Punisher goes over to Knifewing.
I think they're gonna give this one up. Yeah. Yep. And so the second Punisher goes to Knifewing.
I'm really curious what DK Crew was kind of doing right there. They were ready to give it up, it looked, but then everybody was just kind of hanging out. I'm not sure if they were looking for a pick, maybe hoping that Alex Johnson would step out, but it just seemed like they gave it up with everybody watching.
Right, I'm not sure if there was maybe a miscommunication, like, hey, we're gonna soak, or we're waiting for everyone to gather so we can engage. I'm not sure what was the plan there.
Another 4. Oh, and they pop the Dragon Queen. They are looking to take keep with this Punisher, Don Forge. Do they get it, though? The Punisher is really not healthy. ETC goes into... Oh, minion thrown instead. The face melt knocking him away. ETC will get to safety. And all in all, I'm not sure that Dragon Queen was really necessary there. It's a relatively long cooldown. The healing was great, but there wasn't a whole lot of aggression from DK Crew.
Like, I think they wanted to engage further if the Punisher hit more than one person. Maybe they were going to engage further, but I guess they kind of just stopped. So,
Groundbreaker finish for Garas at his CDR, which is really effective come this late game because he's going to have that stun up every 5 seconds. It becomes one of the shorter stuns in the game. Oh, and that's 3 forts taken for Knifewing. DK Crew falling so far behind in experience, doing what they can to soak. But their laning setup, I don't think, is just very, very good right now. Nobody is soaking mid. There's a camp pushing. We have 2 rather low wave clear warriors in the bottom lane.
Yeah, because what they really need to do now, alright, they got 13 and they're about maybe like a level and a quarter behind, but they really need to get the soak in and get some forts down so they can either get on the same level, on the same structures that they're down. But it looks like they're focusing on mid and bottom. They are clearing the lanes, so they're just getting all those camps done, while up top Knifewing is going to start clearing that shaman camp.
I have to say though, DK Crew is doing a really good job of holding in experience. You know, they are a level and a half behind still, but despite, or considering the fact that they've lost 3 forts, it could definitely be a lot worse. We could see, you know, the dreaded 16 or 13 split right here, which is super hard to come back from.
Very. I think that they really do have a good team fight comp. So if DK Crew can get one good.
Oh, Sonya has to spend leap to get away. There is going to be no follow up for that. Dahaka. Oh, if they go back in for Dahaka, is he going to get away? He pops Essence. Phoenix taking a ton of damage. EDC going in, and Jaina will fall again.
Jaina's caught out.
So far forward. Genji is on the back line, however, Alex Straza has to back out. Phenomenal stay a while by Dread Kong, but just not enough. The only thing that the team can do is retreat. Dahaka is so fat and slow. I'm not sure that he's going to get away. Oh, the slide. The tongue. Oh my gosh. Don Forge, this is so back and forth. Sundown taking so much damage. Lightbinder comes out, it's not necessary. Taunt goes out, nothing happens. This is incredible. It's one of those, everybody runs in and pushes your R button, you know?
Yes, back and forth. Retreat, advance, retreat, advance.
Water Elemental, Purification Salvo. Okay, so fast, slow. I'm not sure he's gonna get away. Oh, the slide, the tongue. Oh my gosh. Don Forge, this is so back and forth. Sundown taking so much damage. Lightbinder comes out, it's not necessary. Taunt goes out, nothing happens. This is kind of incredible. It's dangerous. Everybody runs in and pushes your Knifewing to take. You know? Oh, they're 16 actually. I think that's
back and forth.
Never mind. It's best for DK Crew to give it up. I'm so sorry, guys. I have potato brain right now. I'm doing my best to cast. Exciting afternoon, and now I'm here, and I'm super excited and can't find my words.
Hey, that is all right. I have not casted in a very long time, and I was asked to come in, and I think it is awesome. I think you're doing a great job.
Thanks. You know, looking at this, we have Jaina sort of hanging around top, Dahaka kind of hanging around middle. I think if they're going to choose to give this Punisher up, the best course of action for DK Crew right now would be to push a fort. You know, if all 5 of them grouped in a lane, they could push a fort, maybe get 16 as their only a half a level away from it, and then hopefully go to look for an engage behind the Punisher. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case for them. They just are sort of hoping to stand around, and that's kind of the same issue we had with Dragon's Force last week. Is it's so difficult to understand the soaking mechanics here, and when you get behind, it's so hard to figure out what to do, and I think that DK Crew is struggling for it.
Yep, and I think they're looking for keep here. They are all in. ETC
Oh,
slides in.
definitely.
Mosh
Like,
pit.
phenomenal Mosh, even better. Stay while Purification Salvo comes out. Garrosh will fall. Jaina very low. Dad was able to avoid it by burrowing underground. Poor Sparta taking a ton of damage. The Punisher is still very healthy. Great job by Solid Oak baiting the Punisher to mid-keep. It won't be on the core now.
Goes down.
Oh,
Nice.
Dad in a horrible position, and he will fall as well.
Punisher
Do they
down.
end here? Is
That
this a game-ending? They're going for it.
That is very bold. If DK Crew goes out to stop them, but no one's really making a push to fight them off.
Oh, that's unfortunate, and it will be GG. A Phoenix does fall, and I think that's the okay, second kill
Yep.
for
That's gonna be
DK Crew.
GG.
3% on the court. GG, first game to Knifewing. Well played. What an exciting series.
Well played, guys. And that wraps up first game. First game goes to Knifewing. Very well played on both sides, both teams. But who comes out in the end? It is Knifewing. So
I think DK Crew could have had it there had they made some smarter decisions once they got their 10s. You know, they spent the last 2 Punishers.
if they chose to go in on that second Punisher, on that second shrine instead of just kind of leave it for Knifewing to get it, I think they could have engaged. I think they could have changed that outcome. All right. So we are going to take a 5-minute break for the teams to either use the restroom, get a drink of water, and I will get the other team's map pick. So next map pick is going to be for... Is that Knife? No. Is that Knifewing to pick the next map?
Okay. Loser
chooses.
chooses either map pick or first pick. So it'll be
Gotcha.
up to DK Crew whether or not they want the first pick or the first map. The next map, I apologize. Oh man, you know, I just feel like if they had managed their late game a little bit better, because they had a really strong comp, and you saw throughout the entire game, they weren't that far behind in experience. They just chose poorly what to do with their time after they got level 10. You know, we saw a couple of really great stay whiles by Deckard Kane. We didn't see water. I think I saw Water Elemental come out at all on for Jaina.
That is true, and a lot of times she was too far forward and then got caught out by the ETC, and then it was just game over for her at least 2 or 3 times.
All right, do we have a map? Just taking a moment for the teams here. What map would you like to see Don for? It's like,
Well, you know, from the amusement park days, our favorite map was Towers of Doom. That is my favorite map.
That's a very fun map to play. It's always really exciting because, you know, look at the comeback mechanics we've seen where someone comes down to the wire, down to 1 point, and they turn it around and win. It's definitely where you want to be if your back's up against the wall.
Right, because even when you have 2 health left on your core and they've got 40, you can turn that map around.
Yeah, it's great. And I think the comeback mechanic, you know, in large comes from the fact that you can retake your keeps back. It's a great font of experience for you, because if the enemy takes your bottom keep or top keep wherever, you now have the option to safely take a keep, which amounts to a pretty penny of experience.
I agree. It's and so the maps that we have banned, if to remind people, are Dragonshire, and I believe it was Braxis Holdout.
Brax's Holdout was banned by DK
Yes.
Crew.
So we are awaiting the map pick, or if they want first draft pick, by the DK Crew.
All right, it should be just another moment. They're deciding.
We have all right. So that Battle of Eternity is our next map.
From one Diablo map to another, this one is always super fun. It's a little snowbally, maybe with the aggressive comp that DK Crew was packing last game, they can turn it around, get a super early game advantage this time, and turn it, go to the 1-1. Will we get a game 3 this season?
You know what? I am really hoping for a game 3. I love the ones where everything's on the line. Each team is tied.
Yeah, we love those. It's not fun for the team. I've been there. We've all been there. I think at one point, any of us who have played on a Nexus Raider team, an Open Division team, an NGS team, where it's down to the wire, you're trying so hard. But for casters and for fans, we love it. We're like, yes, 3 games, 5 games, 7 games every single time.
Let's see. All right, map pick is Battle of Eternity. All right. Oh yeah. You can't see and whisper. All right. I will
I'll
do
go
it in
ahead
the.
and just.
Yes. Yeah, Jinxie, if you wanna.
I'll do Knifewing first, because they'll pop here on team 1.
So yeah. So Knifewing gets first draft pick again.
Yeah, you'll have to send them over to team 1. We're just getting this set up. 1 more minute, guys. Thanks for being patient.
Yep. So what kind of draft picks do you think we're going to see this on this map? Or do you think we're going to see target bans, or maybe some meta bans still?
I think that we'll probably see a Hanzo ban targeted at Darkstorm, just because he is a pretty great Hanzo player. Greymane is always a strong bat. I don't think we'll see too much Vala, just because she's so squishy. She has less health than Tracer now, that we won't see a whole lot of her. Phoenix, maybe. There was a pretty great Phoenix played last game. I'm trying to talk and do 2 things and not doing either one of them very well. Sorry, squad.
So far in this tournament from last week, we saw a Phoenix picked on every map so far in the 2 rounds that we've had. Do you think we're going to get a 4th here, Jinxie?
Phoenix is a very strong hero. He does well on this map, just because he has a lot of single target damage, as well as AoE with his phaser cannon or plasma cannon, whatever. Big AoE auto attack.
Yes,
he did get
indeed.
nerfed recently, so I'm curious to see as we go on if that will affect how much he is played. But I think the main change with that is that people are no longer picking Arsenal Synergy. Was that the talent that was nerfed? I'm not 100% sure. Good talent nerf, pick other talent that is equally good.
I agree. So we are waiting on one more person on the side of DK Crew. I'm not sure which Kong it's supposed to be, but
I think it's actually Solid Oak.
Oh, okay. So it's not really even a Kong name.
And there he is.
All right. We are just going to make sure both teams are ready. I think that was an awesome game, last one. So
Oh, definitely.
I am really hoping for I would love to see one of those games where nobody has any structures left. One team dies on one side, the other one has to run all the way to the other core and try to time it so the other team doesn't spawn. Oh, I love those kinds of, very close, very like cores at 20% each. I would love to see that kind of game next.
Oh, we all love those games and how stressful it is for the teams. Yeah, that's honestly what I'm hoping for too. It's fun and exciting, and I'm looking forward to it. Hoping for game 3. Maybe DK Crew can bring it back because I'll say they did pretty well considering looking at the teams. I've heard rumors that everyone's like, "Oh, they're stacked." GG.
All right, so we are ready. We are going to start it up in this next game 2 of DK Crew versus Knifewing in Battlefield of Eternity. So, Jinxie, what do you think the first band's going to be on the side of DK Crew?
Maybe a Rainer. He is really strong right now. Ever since we got our 6 bands implemented, it's band 4 of listed heroes: Garrosh, Chromie, Tracer. Those are all super strong bands here. I'm thinking probably Rainer though. He did get nerfed, but he's still pretty strong. His auto attacks are great here. He has that Inspire, and I think it's level 13. You can apply it. Oh, it's Urel. That's interesting.
Oh, that is interesting band. She wasn't played in the last round we just had, so I'm curious where that band has come from. I bet someone did a little research into some players on the DK Crew. That's kind of my guess.
I could definitely see that. I'm wondering if, there are comfort picks for their solo lane, or maybe it's comfort picks for Sparta in the solo lane that they just don't want to deal with. She's great on this map just because you are in such close quarters. She can run up in there with her Gift of the Naru and knock you into the Immortal Stun.
That's right, and I forgot myself that DK Crew is using a unregistered sub, so they don't get any bans. So it's going to be very tough to try to stop Knifewing from picking their comfort picks. It's either DK Crew is going to have to choose someone to. Oh, so they ban Greymane. It's an interesting ban.
Yeah, Greymane is great on this map. He shreds the Immortal. He's really good at timing that perfect time to, splash from the back with his human auto attacks and then go for the throat, crippling the enemy team. Because if he gets to go for the throat cooldown reset, he gets another charge, which is super deadly because it does crazy damage, especially late game.
And we have a Li Ming ban, which is just an empty ban, so that really doesn't mean anything. But there it is. There it is, Jinxie. We're going to see it sooner or later.
Anytime you're ready, yeah, just super unfortunate for... Oh, Hanzo Artanis, a great response.
Oh, I want to see some swaps. That's what I want to see, Jinxie. I want to see some awesome swaps. So do you think we're going to see some comfort picks again? Like maybe an ETC from Sundown again? Or maybe a Phoenix again?
Yeah, I could definitely see that. I'm not sure if it's Darkstorm playing... Rainer over there or not. There is the ETC and Ana. That's interesting.
And Ana, I don't think we've seen her yet in this tournament, have we?
No, not yet. This is our first appearance of Ana. I'm a little concerned with the ETC pick, just based on the fact that this is a smaller map. There aren't a whole lot of places for you to get stage dive value, and then going in to fight the Immortals. Most of the time you're fighting under the enemy Immortal, and so just trying to get a mosh with all those AoE stuns on top of whatever your enemy has picked is going to be pretty difficult.
The Johanna ban, they do not want blinds. So I'm thinking it's gonna maybe another auto attacker, along with a healer. No, I'm sorry, they already have a healer. So I want to say they're gonna pick another auto attacker if they're trying to get rid of these blinds.
Oh, this is the side of DK Crew picking. So we'll probably see a healer here. Maybe Deckard Cain is a good response to Ana because you can pick up potions at your leisure. Again, stay a while is great. It's Lily Garrosh. All right, so Garrosh is definitely a comfort pick for the tank player of DK Crew. Lily is actually really triggering to kind of a trip, so that's kind of funny. She's a great duelist. She offers blinds, and that's one of the downsides of having Raynor on your team. You know, any other auto attacker you have, like Vala has 2 other spell damage attacks, but Raynor just is Jimmy right click.
Oh,
Double support. What?
double support with a very, very good auto attacker range. So it's going to be all on ETC to give those peels.
Ooh, Chromie in the background. Oh man, what are these drafts? I love it. Only question here.
This is awesome.
Who,
I love this draft.
Who is solo laning in this on the side of Knifewing, do you think?
I want to say it's going to be the Raynor, but I don't think he's going to be solo laning for most of the game. I think he's going to be really in a lot of the team engagements, but I want to say their solo laner is going to have to be the Raynor. What are your thoughts?
Maybe Zul'jin. It's really unfortunate on the side of Knifewing. I don't think that they have anyone on their team who's really can hold the lane into Artanis. He goes amateur opponent, and maybe Raynor. But
all right, so all right, Jinxie. It's about that time. Who do you think won this draft?
Oh gosh.
Who do you think comes out with a better draft?
Judging on just draft alone, I feel like I have to give it to DK Crew again. I think they have really strong heroes. I'm hoping that they implement them a little bit better on this time with the 2-lane map. But I'm really looking forward to the spicy plays that Knifewing is going to give us.
I am going to go with your pick as well because I'm going to, just a hunch. I don't know any of those players. Yeah, but I want to say that Chromie is that. I hope that Chromie hits her shot. So on the side of DK Crew, we have Jumpy Pants on Hanzo, Solid Oak on Chromie, Lanky Kong on Garrosh, Dad on Artanis, and Dread Kong on Lily.
And over on the side of Knifewing, we have For Sparta playing Ana, Darkstorm on Raynor, Hero Splifix rocking the Zul'jin, Brightwing is Kaima Tripson, and Sundown Swoo once again on the ETC. Alright, the Brightwing Sillies are coming out, and you know, the more I look at the side of DK Crew, the more I like it, because if Artanis goes the blind at 10, which he should, Raynor is going to be useless in a team fight. He's going to be able to inspire and hopefully heal himself up as the DK Crew engages.
I agree. So and really on the side of Knifewing, they don't really have anybody to oppose the Chromie. They don't have any sort of backline dive with a Genji or anything. They just have to avoid the damage because I don't really see anything to actually get to the Chromie.
You're right. The only dive they have is ETC, and this is going to be a very stressful game for ETC. As you see, they have 4 ranged heroes and 1 solo lane who has to fight against one melee in ETC who has to fight against the double pressure of Garrosh and Artanis, and you know that's very difficult because he has to be the peel, be the engage, look to get on the back line of Chromie, look to protect his allies. It's a lot of work for Sundown.
And up in the top lane, I'm a little surprised, Jinxie, that it's Brightwing versus Artanis.
What I think I'd be even more surprised about is the fact that Dad is a fair amount of damage on him. I know Brightwing heals herself, but her health or her mana isn't that low. I mean, it falls a little bit now with that polymorph.
So I have to say that this Chromie is not doing half bad right now. She's already up to 16 stacks, only a minute 58 in. So if she gets past 60, she's gonna really start to punish, you know, ETC and Raynor because they really have to stand still to do most of their damage.
Yeah, great pickup on the side of DK Crew. Oh, a nice throw onto ETC. Ana takes a huge chunk. Hero Splifix. Oh, everybody except for Sundown falling fairly low. And Ana will be able to heal them back up though.
And yeah, like I said, like that if that Chromie keeps targeting the backline, especially the Ana, because she's got to stand still to heal, it's going to be a very tough time for Sparta to actually do some good heals if she constantly has to try to avoid all these sand shots and dragon's breaths.
Definitely. Like we were saying, you know, that Chromie I think was a really, really smart pickup here. She did go Bronze Talon, so she provides a fair amount of race with Hanzo and Artanis, who are exponentially better than I think the side of Knifewing. Like, they have the Raynor, they have the Zul'jin. They might pick up the first Immortal here, but unless they get really far ahead, once level 10 comes, I think the damage on Knifewing is going to be ultimately rendered useless.
Like, and oh yes, and on the side of Knifewing, I think they win the race if they really had to go toe to toe with DK Crew on an Immortal race.
I mean, you look right now, and nothing has been touched on the side of DK Crew's. Their Immortals fall on half health, and Knifewing's is still fairly healthy. Like I said, I think they'll probably take early Immortals, but as it goes on, it's going to be really tough for Knifewing to get back into this. They have 2 auto attackers whose primary damage is just that, auto attack. Oh, great swap onto ETC. Unfortunately, it is ETC, so with that face melt, he manages to push everyone away, spread them out. But Zul'jin is just picked apart by Chromie, chunking away in the background.
Oof. Yeah, I mean, like, so far, DK Crew is fighting furiously to fend them off from even touching the Immortal. And it looks like the Hanzo may come through for them.
Oh
and
man,
and actually win them this Immortal.
Artanis is still low. Raynor is extremely low. ETC is extremely low. Raynor does fall. ETC is going to fall as well, baby. No, he gets away, but that is an Immortal for the side of DK Crew. And
that was an awesome swap by Dad. That was great. It got ETC out of it. Everyone has to hurt to go back. And DK Crew gets the Immortal with just Hanzo staying on it. I think that was well played by DK Crew.
That was extremely well played, especially I want to point out by Dad, who came in and swapped the ETC, and then it kind of put Knifewing into a panic. It became less about let's burn this Immortal, which we're so good at, and more about we have to save ETC. And as 4 ranged assassins who have a Sleep as a CC and a Polymorph, that's extremely difficult.
I agree with that. And that Immortal really just only got the walls down, so it really wasn't effective for the DK Crew, except they stopped them from... Well, they stopped Knifewing from obviously getting it, and huge team battle down the north.
Cleanse comes out on Garrosh. He is able to get away. This bottom camp will go over to the side of Knifewing. Artanis definitely outlaning Brightwing up in the top. She's doing what she can, but you know, her mana cooldowns are heavy. As I was saying earlier, Artanis just does an amazing amount more damage than Brightwing. That was a really weird way to phrase that. Oh, and ETC falls in the bottom while we were looking top.
Oh.
Down to Chromie. I just can't get over how smart that Chromie pick was. There is nothing to get on top of her. She's got it made in this shade. You saw in that Immortal fight, everyone was really low, you know, on both sides, except Chromie. She was sitting under her Immortal, protected by the stuns, should they try to engage on her, and just ripping them apart. Feels bad, man.
Feels bad. The feels. And in top lane, it's still Brightwing now versus Lily and Artanis. So, but I think I know what Chimo is thinking though. He's in the top lane. If there's a huge engagement down bottom, he can warp in or phase in, however the talent goes. But I mean, so their mobility to actually battle as a 5 team is still very, very much a problem for DK Crew.
Oh yeah, definitely. Brightwing actually isn't a bad solo laner. She's really strong. The only problem is, it's just against a true solo laner like Artanis, there's not much she can do. If he wants to push her towers, she has to watch from behind the gate and hope that her team comes to gank him, which they haven't been doing.
So far we have almost a half and half split on the Immortal, with DK Crew still ahead on the Immortal push, but it looks like Knifewing's gonna have to defend a little bit while Brightwing is still
phenomenal spot by Dad, and Raynor is picked apart. The knockback comes out, the throw comes out, doing everything they can. Cleanse will come, Artanis falls extremely low, and Raynor surprisingly gets away. That's the power of double support. Unfortunately, there were so many resources expended to save Brightwing. I think they have to give this Immortal up, unless Garrosh falls like that. Double stun, the Indomitable comes out just too late, and Garrosh falls.
ETC made an awesome move there. He was gonna wait Well, he wasn't
was
about
gonna, I see what you're saying. He's
Yeah,
gonna back
yeah.
out, but once the immortal stun came down, he knew
he
could
saw
just
that coming,
fall.
and he timed it perfectly. So that was a very good judgment call.
Oh, Artana's taking a ton of damage, not respecting the fact that you don't face check pushes, even as the tank. Oh, but here comes. Okay, Sleep Dart goes out. Oh, a huge swap onto Zul Jin. Nobody cares, however, on the side of DK Crew. Artana's falling extremely low. Cleanse coming out by the Lily. Hero Splitvik's taking a little bit of damage from Chromie. Garrosh is back now, and this is a 5v5.
And Chromie has now hit her stacks on Sandblast, so she's gonna start.
Hero Splitvic falls again, just not being able to sustain.
She is gonna start
damage.
hitting a lot harder now, Jinxie. She's gonna punish them even more.
Oh, right. So we do see another immortal for the side of DK Crew, this time going into the top lane. And we see a 5-man push as Knifewing sends Brightwing to go ahead and get some soak. I can't speak. And this will easily be for the DK Crew.
I think they really want to make their presence known in this round because they kind of lost without really getting any structures down in that last map we have. So I think they want to prove a point to Knifewing that, hey, we may have lost that first game, but we are going to punish you this game, and then we're going to round 3.
Oh, that's the goal. They're definitely doing it. I mean...
Oh, those Chromie shots are really starting to stack up on Knifewing.
Oh! Moshpit put on a 10-second cooldown right there. They will have it up for later. Lily coming out with the... Oh my gosh. There is so much going on. Brightwing is so low. ETC falls. Zul'jin taking a ton of damage. Zul'jin is stunned. Zul'jin falls, but Emerald Wind comes out, but it doesn't matter. So much used on the side of Knifewing and so much lost.
That was a very good engagement by DK Crew. They have definitely stepped up their game in this one. They have... Their picks were very well done on this map. I agree with you, Jinxie.
One thing I wanted to point out about that fight was you saw the double engage that was possible by the double warrior frontline. You saw Garrosh go in, and he threw down his combo. He got taunt off, but then there was also Dragon Arrow and the swap from Artanis down and to the.
Oh, it looks like they're trying to engage now on Knifewing. ETC's caught.
The camp goes over to the side of DK Crew. Brightwing taking a ton of damage. She can't get away from that slowing hand, and Brightwing falls. Unfortunate.
and we lose Brightwing to that set. I mean, I think Knifewing shouldn't have stayed there. They saw them coming. They should have evacuated a little sooner, and unfortunately, Brightwing got caught.
Yeah, that's the downside of Emerald Wind Brightwing is you have no mobility. It's a right click, and I want Brightwing to win, man. That's my favorite hero. She's in such a trash place right now. Like, please buff Brightwing.
Everyone buffed Raynor for like 2 years, so now you're saying we need a buff on Brightwing.
We do need a buff on Brightwing. I don't think that Raynor deserved a buff. He says it. Jimmy right click here.
Jimmy right click.
I want to take note of the Banshees we saw from Raynor. Speaking of him, I don't necessarily agree with that pick just because, here comes... I can't even talk right now. Oh my gosh, what is happening? ETC is so low. He gets a moss off on Artanis, but he falls. Lily coming out with the jugs, keeping everyone nice and healthy. Garrosh just bodying that Raynor. Brightwing taking a ton of damage, trying to get on top of the Chromie, but Hanzo is so low, he will fall. Garrosh coming out with the stun. It's just too late. Zul'jin taking a ton of damage. He gets in the Chromie, and he will have to give it up or face. Do they give it up? I don't even know what's happening right now, guys.
Oh, that Chromie needs to run.
Oh, it finally got her. Is this the turning point? Is this when Knifewing comes back?
You know what? I think that Knifewing is going to start to step up their engagements because I think they need to kind of work their way around a team fight to get to the Chromie. If they can get to the Chromie, they can have a chance in the team fights without taking so much damage.
Very true. We do see blue team take a fort in the bottom lane, but Here comes DK Crew back in. The blind is down, so Zul'jin and Raynor are ultimately useless. Emerald Wind comes. Artanis is so far away, he will fall. DK Crew trying so hard to defend their Immortal. Will it be enough? Artanis is no longer there. Oh, Sundown just misses that Sandblast, and it will be an Immortal going over to the side of Knifewing.
I agree with you. That is it. So I think Knifewing has they have started to kind of change their team fight because they need to be careful of that Chromie, especially if they get caught. It's going to be one shot on Anna, actually more like a two shot if it works.
Anybody who gets caught in that combo is just dead. This is what we're going to see if they can maintain this little bit of lead. You know, Chromie is one of the best anti-siege heroes, and with the Immortal pushing in on the fort, it's kind of like a sit here and die, please, for Chromie.
So I think Knifewing is going to get the 4 here, but I don't think they're going to push keep.
Lily's having to burn jugs to keep Artanis healthy. A little far forward right there. Nano boost coming down. Oh my gosh, that guillotine. Everyone is so low. The nano boost guillotine is just insane. The Immortal's still pretty healthy. This is where the quad range comes in handy, is that it's very hard for DK Crew to hit the backline of Knifewing.
I agree with you, and now Knifewing has to back out. They're probably going to do some camps now. Well, I think DK Crew is going to start on their Shaman camp. I want to say yes.
I think the best, do they go for it? Do they gank this Brightwing? Oh, she's hiding and she's gone. All 5 members top. A good call by Kaimo Tripson. He knew they were coming, and I think Dad thought about it, but nobody really committed, and so she got away.
So now Knifewing is sniffing out that Shaman camp, except they're a little bit late and really can't capitalize on maybe a pick that they thought they were hoping for.
Definitely, let's clear that out right away. And then we're hopefully going to see DK Crew do the same thing here as they clear out these goats. I don't remember exactly what the name of the camp here is. The goats. Camp.
So do you think it's gonna come? So do you think it's gonna come down to a 1 Immortal push to end this game, or do you think a team's gonna be sneaky and try to backdoor a 4 if both keeps are down?
Well, we do actually have 16 for Knifewing. They got a huge push last team fight. We hopefully will see 16 before for the side of DK Crew, and I think depending on whoever gets this Immortal, they're just gonna push and take it. That's my prediction. Is that I don't think we'll go to 20 here.
Yeah, I think now. I know DK Crew. I know they're looking for 16. I think if they soak this lane and maybe get this fort, I think they'll get 16. They should. And that should.
Something I think maybe send Chromie over to dunk on that fort. She doesn't do a whole lot of damage to the Immortal. They still are about a quarter of a level away from 16, hoping for passive experience maybe, because you see Knifewing coming in and they're just absolutely chunking this Immortal.
Oh yeah.
But we do see Chromie go with the anti-siege and the Immortal, just as good an option. Lily coming out with the blinds, unfortunately only hitting ETC, which doesn't really matter if he's blinded or not. Swap on the Zul'jin, and that's insane. Dragon Arrow comes out, blind taunt, Emerald Wing goes out, but it's just too far away. Mosh Pit comes, but it lands nobody.
No kills on either side.
Another everybody press your R. Artanis is super low, but Chromie's telling Force Sparta that he can go away. Almost a swap, but I think Dad's probably glad he didn't end that, because it would be Artanis for Ana.
Both sides relatively healthy, except for a few, but they're still gonna push this.
Oh, stun onto ETC, another stun onto ETC. He takes the smart choice and goes up as opposed to down, missing the Chromie combo.
Very smart move on Sundown's part, yes.
Garrosh chases away Brightwing. Artanis doing what he can on the Raynor. And you know, this is really terrifying for Knifewing. Ana is super low, she's really squishy, and that Chromie hurts. We're getting double Sandblast, we're getting Dragon's Eye.
And meanwhile, DK's bottom keep, That Shaman
I
camp
didn't even
is
see
doing
that.
a lot of
They
damage.
have to go right now. They're gonna lose that keep.
If they don't send anybody, it's gone.
It's
So-
gone. There's nothing they can do. I think they realize that, and their best hope is to try and get this immortal, and then maybe take the bottom keep. That is the fallen shaman, and so unless somebody deals with, okay, never mind, the core is just gonna tell it to go away.
Yeah.
Oh, Artanis is so low with the healing dart, he will fall. Brightwing using the Emerald Wind. Garrosh falls as well. This is looking really scary for DK Crew. They lost their keep, they've lost their front line, and now this might be it for them.
By the time this is up, let's see, Artanis is up in 20 seconds, Garrosh up in 25. They should be up in time for this immortal once it reaches the keep. So they're gonna have to mount an epic defense or an awesome defense if they're really gonna have a chance for this thing not to end right here.
Right, 18 minutes, 19 minutes. That's a pretty strong immortal. It's got nearly a full shield. Artanis is up now. Garrosh will be up. I think it really comes to Chromie right here, to just how well she can anti-siege. Ana taking a ton of damage. Why is she so far forward?
If she can get some awesome hits on the Ana or the Brightwing or even anybody to stop this push.
Oh, Garrosh goes in. He gets bounced around, guys. Just too late on that. Indomitable once again.
So
Hanzo in a horrible position. Oh, great here. Great cleanse by Lily. Saves Hanzo's life right there. Mosh pit on full cooldown. Dad doing everything he can. He gets polymorphed. He gets grenaded. He will fall. He's taking a ton of damage. That's a very healthy immortal on the core. And
I think that's gonna be GG.
like GG.
Yeah. But you know what?
The GGs are coming out, you know.
I will give it to DK Crew for playing very hard this game. They played
really hard, man. Like, I wanted them to win. I'm sorry. Like, I love all my friends in Nexus Raiders, but Mimi Cops, like what Knifewing is running right now, like I'm kind of triggered. like I've been on the side of the Mimi comp where you got the perfect comp and then they run double support and nonsense, and you're like, aw, no.
I was kind of hoping that the DK Crew was going to pull that game out so we could go to a game 3, but Knifewing says, nope, sorry, we got to shut it down right here.
All right, so that is going to be a 2-0 on the side of Knifewing. Congratulations on your wins, boys. The game series is best of 3, so they do close out this as the victor.
And I will say GG to that was a very good 2 games, relatively equal on certain aspects. So Jinxie, who do you think? So do you think we'll see a? Let's see. I am speaking about the future tournament games. Do you think we're gonna see in equal place that like the same picks? Or do you think on like the next? I'm trying to say this good question.
No, you're totally fine. Are we gonna see comfort picks in future games? I think so.
And a lot of like personal bans, like whoever plays against Sundown Swoo on ETC. I think we're going to see that ban in the future.
I could definitely see it. He plays a really excellent ETC. There are some players like Kaimo Tripson who, no matter what you ban, he's going to pull it out. He's going to win because you can't just ban Kaimo. He's great at every support. But I definitely think as the game progresses and the teams learn about each other, they're going to ban comfort picks to sort of put their enemies on the back foot. But then also, sometimes you just don't want to deal with a good Zildjian.
Right, and I am very happy to see some new people and some new teams in this tournament. Like
me too.
I know. I'm a veteran and you're a veteran. I've played in tournaments just as long as you have. I remember you from season 2.
Yeah.
So I am glad to see new names, new faces, new teams. I am really hoping for if we get to a season 7, I hope we get a big old bracket, like 8 teams. 10 teams.
I would love that. I'm looking forward to it. Well, GG's to both teams. I think that's everything from us here today. Good luck everyone out there, and we will see you back here next week.
GG's. See you guys later.